The families of 15 teens in Macon-Bibb County had to bury their child last year after losing them to gun violence. The loss of those teens will have ripple effects beyond their homes and their schools, and sadly, the numbers keep climbing. Tonight, we start our series, Caught in the Crosshairs, the risks and remedies of teen violence. With these reports, we hope a spotlight on the problem will surface some solutions. We start at the top with Mayor Lester Miller and his vision for preventing the violence before it starts.
Lester Miller has deep roots in the community.
Think about the old Shoney's restaurant. It used to be upstairs, and my cousin worked there, my family worked there.
He's a proud product of South Macon and spent a lot of time growing up inside the Macon Mall.
Coming here with my family, but also all my friends, and coming here to shop for back to school was always something we looked forward to each and every time. Going to the Toys R Us and having a wish list there.
And he remembers a time when disagreements among young people escalated and then were quickly resolved.
Oh, I mean, we settled them on the playground and then we just forgot about it.
Today's headlines spin a different story, a tale in which teens settle scores with deadly weapons.
We don't really have a lot of conflict resolution between people. Their first instinct now is to be bigger and better and pick up a gun. And I think that's kind of where we went off track at.
And he believes revitalizing the mall can help get young people back on track.
I think it's a place where we can get them off the streets, get them into good jobs here, a place that people can go shop and communicate together.
He's also optimistic his multi-pronged Macon Violence Prevention program can make an impact on young lives sooner rather than later.
We realize that we need to get into the hearts and the minds and the activities of those youth as early as elementary school. By the time they get to high school, that's pretty late in the game. They've already decided whether they're going to join a gang, whether they're going to pick up, illegal drugs and substances, and whether they're going to pick up a firearms.
Miller admits some criminal elements will always be out there.
You're always going to hear about crime. It's always going to be there. Some of this is not preventable, but we have to attack it early on, and that's what we're trying to do.
One strategy the mayor firmly believes in, engaging young people head on.
You got to get in their face. You got to let them know that there's a connection there. It's hard to ignore someone who's struggling and has some problems if you meet them.
With the goal of changing and saving lives.
If you ask me what keeps me up at night is losing the life of someone, particularly a young person. Knowing that I probably could not have done anything about that, but trying to learn from what happened to see if we can do something about it to change that trajectory.
Now, one of the things we just touched on, Mayor Miller's campaign to combat violence in Bibb County, the Macon Violence Prevention Program. Let's take a closer look tonight at how it started and where it stands now. The mayor announced the MVP program back in June of 2021.
Macon-Bibb County is experiencing an unacceptable spike in crime.
It united elected officials, community leaders, agencies, and organizations in the fight. Next, they asked folks across the county for their opinions on the causes of crime and for some possible solutions.
Because that's really the only way we can attack this violence is if we empower community members who have a vested interest in seeing the change.
More than 1,800 people attended 14 meetings or completed a survey online. Based on those comments, in September 2021, the MVP leadership team identified 18 strategies. Those strategies included improving education and youth activities, expanding mental health resources, building relations between law enforcement and the community, fighting blight, reducing homelessness, and engaging the faith community. The county released the strategic plan in December of 2021.
This is only the beginning for MVP. This is a very fluid program.
Next, they went to work implementing it. Nearly a year later, in October of 2022, the mayor updated the county commission and the public on MVP.
Today, we're here to provide you an update.
He talked about millions of dollars in investments, including $5 million for the Brookdale Resource Center, $2.5 million for the Community Foundation of Central Georgia, $1.6 million to the Violence Interrupters Program, $700,000 for Macon Mental Health Matters, and nearly $3 million on code enforcement and fighting blight. At that October meeting, representatives from several programs talked about how MVP grant money helped protect abused and neglected children, helped develop youth activities, and brought jobs to town. Another part of crime prevention, holding businesses accountable. Since last April, the county filed 6 lawsuits and complaints against motels and stores accused of breeding crime. Despite the progress, the mayor knows it is a long road ahead.
The root causes of violent crime that runs deep. True long-term preventions require that politicians have the courage to invest in solutions that may not bring fruit immediately.
We'll be exploring the root causes and solutions of teen violence throughout the month and beyond. You can find these stories right now on 13WMAZ.com and our mobile app. Just look for the section called Caught in the Crosshairs.